You know, I knew it had to come down to this. You know, when you put two of the great ones together, you put them together for a reason. And the reason is the winner will meet Don the Rock Morocco. But I'm sure that Mr. Singh will have a lot to say about that.
Well, you're sure about a lot of things, Bob Brown, but every time you say something, it always ends up being the wrong thing. Well, let me tell you something, Mucker Singh. That's right, Don the Rock Morocco come in this territory a few months ago, and he took that belt away from you. But you're still #1 in the line for that belt with Don Morocco. But #2 in line is Davey Boy Smith. So no matter what happens tonight, Bob Brown, between this 8-man elimination tag, no matter what happens, whether I get beat first or Kim Shaw gets, doesn't matter who gets beat first, I'm the second in line for that belt. You know what that means, Booker Singh? That means one thing. That means next Wednesday night, not Friday night, you've got to come here and you've got to face me one-on-one in the ring. And the winner of that match will face Don the Rock Morocco. And there's only one guy in this territory able to face Don the Rock Morocco with the same strength, the same size, and the same wrestling technology, and that's Davey Boy Smith. Not Mike Shaw, and not you, and not how many times you say I'm overrated or underrated. No matter what, Bob Brown, Davey Boy Smith is going to beat Mucker Singh, and Davey Boy Smith is going to face Don the Rock Morocco, whether you like it or not.
Well, thank you. I'm sure that Mucker Singh will have a lot to say about the remarks said by Davey Boy Smith.
Get ready to rumble. It's our main event. 8-man bunkhouse elimination brawl. Muckin Singh, Vulcan Singh, the Great Gamma, and Lethal Larry Cameron against Davey Boy Smith, Flying Brian Pillman, Ron Ritchie, and Chris Benoit. Perhaps, Bulldog, you can set the scene, explain the rules in this 8-man bunkhouse elimination brawl.
It's the kind of rules that I really like. It's a free-for-all. If you get thrown over the top rope, you're eliminated. If you get pinned, you're eliminated. So this should be a wild one, and I've been really looking forward today to see this match, because I'll tell you, there's a lot of talent. When you're talking about Mucker Singh, Vulcan Singh, Lethal Larry Cameron, and the Great Gamma. Now you turn the other side, you see Brian Pillman, Davey Boy Smith, overrated Chris Benoit, and the fabulous Ron Ritchie. You're seeing everything.
Okay, it should be a ring, a ding-dong dandy. Look at that move. Brian Pillman gives us the reason why he's called Flying Brian.
They're calling me Flying Bob next week.
Yeah, I hear you're going to be doing your thing in Lethbridge.
Well, I tell you, I can't wait. All you people in Lethbridge, don't miss it, because it's the end of the night. The party's over for Chris Benoit.
Yeah, right, and I really do believe that. Let us concentrate on the action without thinking about Bob Brown in the ring. What a disgusting thought that is. You can see Muckin Singh holding on to Davey Boy Smith, but the Great Gamma winds up planting a knee right in the midsection, the ample midsection of Muckin Singh.
Why do you say a disgusting thing? I'm going to go in there and I'm going to go out winning like I always have. I've never got beat.
Can't take a microphone into the ring with you, though. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, I'm good at both of them.
Well, a man who's good at very, very many things, Davey Boy Smith, one half of the British Bulldogs, has got Vulcan Singh in some difficulty right now, and I'm still wondering whether or not the Dynamite Kid was deadly serious when he said he wanted to retire.
If I looked as bad as him, I'd retire too.
Hey, come on.
Well, I tell you the truth, he should have been gone a long time ago. And you want to know something? After next week, Benoit will announce his retirement.
Okay, look at the strength that we just saw exhibited by Davey Boy Smith. He held that 320-pound Vulcan Singh in the air for maybe a 10 count before he slammed him down onto the canvas.
And before, James, before we leave, you know, I'll tell you, I'm so happy. But you know, all exciting things have been happening in British Columbia. We're on our way back. Trail, BC, Kelowna, Vernon, Kamloops, Prince George, Grand Prairie, Fort McMurray, Prince Rupert, Kitimat, Terrace, Smithers, and we're even going to Yellowknife.
Well, I can't think of a better place. It's pretty far away from me. If you're up in Yellowknife, I'll stay in Calgary.
Shame on you for saying such a horrible statement, James. I thought we were friends.
Ah, well, we all make mistakes. It is Davey Boy Smith in the ring against the Great Gamma off those ropes. Gamma thought he'd be knocking him over. He has another thing coming. Gamma wondering, what is that brick wall? There's that big arm drag. Gamma is...
Let me remind you, it wasn't an arm drag, it was a hip toss, James. I know you get so excited sitting next to me, but call them as you see them. That was a hip toss.
Thank you, Dr. Bulldog Brown. He's got a PhD piled higher and deeper. Right now, it's Gamma with the full Nelson. Oh, ho, ho! Volkan Singh tattoos his own partner right across the throat.
Well, this match is far from being over, you know. There's 8 people in there, and I'll tell you, some of them will have to lose. I'll tell you, it's going to be an important match, because I'll tell you, the winner of this could go a long way.
Well, there will be a team of winners, and look at Benoit going to town on the noggin of Gamma. Cameron eliminated from the Karachi Vice squad, while the Vice Busters, who have been eliminated, are Flying Brian Pillman, Ron Ritchie, and Chris Benoit.
Also got a cut in his hand, you know. I'm surprised that Mukka Singh is not taking advantage of that. But really, when you're the competitor Mukka Singh is, you can do anything and hurt your opponent. Look at the size of him. What an outstanding athlete. Can you imagine? Look at him. 380 pounds going through the air like an airplane. Who else in professional wrestling can do that other than the great one himself, Mukka Singh?
Well, Mukka Singh does surprise a lot of people with his agility. He is a huge man, but he can move around in that ring very, very well. There's that big bear hug. Davey Boy Smith under 380 pounds of pressure.
See, Mukka Singh is mixing it up. First, he give him a splash in the corner. Then he give him a high backdrop that sent Davey Boy 10 feet in the air. He softened him up, and now he's gone to the bear hug. I tell you, he's doing a lot of things, and this is what you must do to beat a guy like Davey Boy Smith, because don't forget, he was one of the great British Bulldogs, a guy that he thinks that he can't get beat, but he's looking terrible right now.
Well, he is taking the worst of it right now, but look at this. He turns it around, and it's Smith with the bear hug on Mukka Singh.
He's even going to look a little worse next week in Lethbridge.
He's got that 380-pounder picked up off the canvas, and Mukka Singh gouged his way out. Both men down with that big collision.
That's kind of surprised me. He knocked the 380-pound guy down, but also he fell down too, so he took the full force too. Both of them are now getting a little weak, I think, because, my goodness, this match has gone 40 minutes already.
Hey, the Weasel just interfered, and there's that big splash. 1, 2, 3, and the Weasel was holding on to the feet of Davey Boy Smith. This is a travesty. The Karachi Vice win, but with a lot of outside interference by the Weasel.
I'll tell you, Davey Boy Smith took so many chances. He hit the rope and tripped coming off the ropes, fell down. Mukka Singh gave him the big splash, was all over. I didn't see no interference.
Well, you're blind. You are blind, Bulldog Bob Brown. It's a travesty, but it goes into the books as a victory for Mukka and Volkan Singh, the Great Gamma, and Lethal Larry Cameron in our main event, 8-man bunkhouse elimination brawl. Now let's go up into the ring, or ringside, whatever, with Bulldog Bob Brown. Davey Boy Smith and Brian Pillman. Once again, it was interference by Karachi Vice. In this instance, it was the Weasel grabbing your feet. That cost you the bout. Now you've got another bout coming up with Mukka Singh. What the heck can you do about the Weasel?
Well, we've got a lot of plans, Jim Davis, and we've got a lot of talking to do. And let me tell you something, Mukka Singh. I told all the people on TV earlier tonight, it didn't matter if you beat me or whoever beat me. You're number 1 in line for that North American heavyweight belt for Don Morocco. I'm number 2. Well, Mukka Singh, you've got to face me one-on-one. That's right. And Weasel, I've got something for you, because next Wednesday night, there's not only going to be Abdul Weasel at ringside, I'm going to have Brian Pillman at my side to make sure there's no outside interference. Because, Jim Davis, this is a very important match for Davey Boy Smith. This is for the King of the Hill. This is for the North American heavyweight title match. This is for the match who's going to face Don Morocco. And who's in my way? That big fat mountain of a man, Mucker Singh. And Davey Boy Smith is going to get rid of you, Mucker Singh. That's right, you toilet bowl. I can do it all by myself. And then when I've got after you and beaten you next Wednesday night, then I'm going after Don Morocco, because I want to be North American heavyweight champion. And I will be North American heavyweight champion. I'll tell all these people here, I'll tell all those people out there on TV land, Davey Boy Smith was a world tag team champion. Davey Boy Smith, right now, is singles. Davey Boy Smith is the heavyweight, and Davey Boy Smith will be North American heavyweight champion.
Well, I have no doubt about that. Brian Pillman?
Jim, I like to do a little reflecting. There's an old saying, before you can taste the fruits of success, you gotta choke on the spoils of adversity. Let me tell you something, these last 6 months with my injury, I've done a lot of choking and a lot of gagging. That's when I get an opportunity to come out here and compete in Western Canada. I truly relish that chance and opportunity. Let me tell you something, Cameron. When they said it was over, when the doctor said it was over, it wasn't the flashbacks of the attack on me that got me back on the ring. It wasn't the dwindling bank account. No, sir. It was the cards, the letters, the phone calls, the greetings from these fine people of Canada. And when I hear you come out here and badmouth my friends from Western Canada, I just go berserk. So, Mr. T. Clubber Lang, wherever you want to be called, you get your butt down here next Wednesday at the Pavilion and make our day, because I'm tired of you shooting off your mouth and saying you're going to do this and you're going to do that. When you step inside the squared circle with me, you're going to do nothing and like it.
Okay.
Like Jim Davis, same as Brian Pillman said, is they're going to do everything and they can do nothing and like it. And when I take that North American heavyweight belt, I know Don Morocco's a good wrestler. I know he's a little bit bigger than me, but I will be North American heavyweight champion. Then come on, Cameron. Come on, Blackman. Bring in nunchucks, because I'll be in line. I'll be waiting. I don't run. I don't hide. And I'm right here for Calgary Stampede and all these people.
Okay, two very intense wrestlers, and that was wild. But as Ed Whalen would say, and he will be back next week, in the meantime and in between time, that's it. Another edition of Stampede Wrestling. Bye-bye now.